Department Productions. Join the team in the studio as they bring you the spirit of Disney, Universal, and theme parks beyond through park news, history, and tips and tricks to make your next theme park vacation even more magical. Welcome to another episode of the Extra Magic Hour, your park-centric show here at Walt's Department Productions. I am one of your hosts, Sam, and today we are going to be writing a love letter to Disneyland and saying happy birthday. So before we get started, we want to thank our sponsors, Sunken City Design, Getaway Today, and We're in the Park, and give a big shout out to our lamplighters, our Patreons who are keeping the conversation going over on our absolutely free Discord. If you haven't checked it out yet, why not? It's totally free. Come hang out with us and talk about all of the news that we've got coming. It is a lot of fun. So if you're looking for any of those links, look in the show notes and come hang out with us. Before we dive into our topics for tonight, let's first say hi to everyone joining us. So Kelly's here. How are you today, Kelly?
I'm good. I'm excited. Tomorrow's the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, and we're about to dive into the history.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be an exciting show. And reprising his role on Extra Magic Hour,
a real treat.
Treat. Where if we're talking about Disneyland and opening day, you know who's going to be there? Mr. Sean Williams, Big Papa Disney.
Dear Disneyland. Oh, God. No, I was just writing my letter. Sorry.
I told you this episode is our love letter.
Yeah, you know there was no way in hell I wasn't going to be on the Disneyland 70th anniversary show. I'm like, Sam, can we do it? Because Sam said she couldn't record on Thursday. I'm like, can we do it before I can be on? Because I can't record on Thursdays. But thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Disneyland is the reason that we're all sitting here actually staring at each other right now. So I mean, it's a special time. It's a special. I mean, it's just been wild. All this stuff coming and going, and I'm excited. So I'll stop talking because it's your show. So let's go.
No, don't. Please talk as much as you want to. So, yes, we're saying happy birthday to Disneyland on July 17th. So we are going to start by actually listening to Walt's opening day address just to get us in the feels, because you can't write a good love letter without feeling all the feels and having the emotions all in your heart space. So let's give it a listen.
Yay! To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Thank you.
Definitely. So Walt gave that address on July 17th, 1955. So that makes 70 years.
So wild.
To the date facts, of this recording coming out.
The hard facts. I think that's so funny. It says the hard facts.
Was that your favorite part?
I just think it's funny that, and it's even on the freaking plaque.
The plaque.
Hard facts. I'm like, okay, the hard facts. It took everything in the world to actually build this place. That's the hard fact. I mean, you know, if you really want to get into it, that's
go ahead, get into it, Sean. You're starting it. Jump right in. It took everything in the world. What do you mean by that?
Well, they had a budget of $5 million. So that's what they were going to do. Roy said no, not going to work. Everyone said no. Walt said, I don't care what y'all think. We're going to do this, and we're going to do it my way. I wound up mortgaging his house in Palm Springs, cashing out life insurance policies, and it cost them $17 million to build an entire theme park on 50 acres in 1 year. Now it takes 5 years to build one ride. So explain to me how things have changed in 70 years. I mean, it's just wild. I mean,
it's been a wild ride. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And it wasn't the first theme park, but it was the first of its kind.
100%.
So it was definitely a long journey, and just the story of how, you know, Walt came up with this idea, sitting there watching his kids play at the carousel, and he wanted to build a place for families to come together, and He's done just that. I mean, granted, we all get a little bit of slack now as Disney adults who are like, I'm not taking the kids. I want a mom day at the park, or like, I'm going by myself. Or
You know what? All are welcome.
exactly. Disneyland is for everyone. Everyone.
hmm
Unless you're a jerk. Unless you're a jerk, then stay
That's
home.
fair. That's absolutely fair.
that's
And the
fair.
thing about it is like, I mean, we can sit here and talk about history. Everyone knows the history of Disneyland and knows what it took to build it. But like Kelly just said, it's for everyone. And when you go to Disneyland, I know, Sam, you've never been there, and I can't wait till you walk in. You will burst into tears when you walk in that place.
I
Because
do at Walt Disney World. At Magic Kingdom, I cry every time still.
I'm sure. But
Well, Disneyland's different.
100%
Disneyland is different. Yeah.
When you walk
'Cause,
into places and you stand there and you know that shit, Walt stood right here and gave that plaque is right where he stood when he gave that speech. I get chills just thinking about it,
Yeah.
and it's just like this whole thing with the magical life that they're doing with the animatronic and stuff. Walt, they better not put Walt Disney in any other park. That's my opinion, because he was never in any other park. This is his park. We talked about this on the live last week with OG, that Disneyland gets spoiled. Of course it does, and it should. And it always better be at the top of their list to make sure that it's just perfect. And I can ramble on about just my admiration for Walt Disney for an hour, just because, like I said before we even got it, I'm not going to, we all wouldn't be sitting here if this park wasn't open. This is why we started this park. This is why Extra Magic Hour started, was because it was part of the DCast. I'm bringing that with me because it's so important that the parks are the most important thing in Disney. I know we talk about everything else and Pixar and movies and that. The parks are the shit. And that's why we're here doing this. And thank you, Walt, for doing that. And we appreciate you.
Definitely.
Yeah. And we all know that, like, everybody's so nostalgic for Disney movies and characters, and we grew up on the animated films and the Disney Channel and everything like that. But the park was special. Like, it was and we were very fortunate that our parents could afford to take us at least once a year. And my parents loved taking us, but it was a very special thing to get to go to Disneyland, and our parents would put us in the car and tell us, and not tell us where we were going. And then we would pull up to Disneyland, and it was the most magical moment. And Walt really did make a place for families. Because I go there with my family. I go there with my chosen family, which is my friends. I go there with strangers and get to know people. It really is one big family when you walk through those doors.
Well, I can't wait to be standing there with all of you guys, because I know the second that I'm standing there and I'm crying, and you guys know it's my first time, you guys are all going to cry too. Look at see, we're already crying just thinking about it. But
I'm telling you, I walk in, I stop right there as the train goes over, and it says to all that this sign right here. I stop every time and stare at it and tear up. You stop over, you walk in, you look over to the left, the apartment's right there. You just got to give that nod. And people are like, you're an idiot. I'm like, okay, but that's what I do. And I'm going to do it every damn time. And, there's not that big, glorious, like around the corner I've seen at Magic Kingdom, around the corner, boom, there's this big, amazing castle. That's cool. It's just right there at Disneyland. It's like, hello, I'm right here. And I'm the best. I'm the smallest. I don't give a damn. Let's go. It's just, you will never convince me that any park is better than Disneyland. Proper, no matter what. You can send me to China, Shanghai, wherever. No, it's not the same. I'm glad I'm here. So
yeah, I know. Sean's like, I've just got. Look at, we're writing a love letter. I told you.
I'm fired up, man.
So just to give a little bit of the key highlights of Disneyland. So July 17th, 1955 was the opening day, which was absolutely complete chaos. They call it Black Sunday. Tickets, there were tons of counterfeit tickets. The paint was still wet. The heat wave that was going through California at that time was atrocious. Women's high heels were still like sinking into the pavement because it hadn't.
It's July. Come on, it's July. Why would you think about doing this in July? Let's be honest.
Yeah. 1959. Disneyland saw its first major expansion with the Matterhorn submarine voyage and the monorail.
Yep. Thank you, Bob Gurr.
And if you want to hear about Bob Gurr's contributions to those things, you can listen to our episode of Imagine That. That comes out this coming Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about Bob Gurr's contributions to Disneyland, including all of those things that were just added. So check out Imagine That. 1967, New Tomorrowland and Pirates of the Caribbean were added. 2001, Disneyland Resort opens with Disney California Adventure. And now we've got Disneyland Forward going on and continuous evolution of the parks, because Walt said the parks would be ever changing. You guys want to say anything about those fun facts there?
You forgot 1966, which was unfortunately the year that Walt passed away.
Yes.
So, I mean, but that is a big part of everything, because everything continued on without him, which brought on Florida, Project X, which we all now know was supposed to be Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love talking the history. There's so many things that, I mean, for someone, I guess I keep going back to the fact that you've never been there and you talk like you have been. I think it's just the coolest thing, and that just shows that your love for all of this as well too. You know what I mean? That you're just like, but everything you mentioned is just so big. I mean, those two expansions, the 59 with the monorail, which whoever even thought the monorail's still going today. Matterhorn still going today. Matterhorn is always in contention. Like, is it going to close? Because how is it still going? Because the technology has so
outdated.
changed.
Yeah,
outdated. How can they even still run it on 1959 technology on a tubular? And it's also the world's first tubular roller coaster. So thank you again. Everyone teases Bob Gurr, but Bob Gurr did a lot of shit for Disneyland. I mean, if like they always said, if it moves, he's the one that did it. He created Walt's fire engine. Just so, Disneyland is just the coolest.
Listen to Imagine. Listen to this upcoming episode of Imagine That, Sean. I think you'll love it.
I'm sure I will, and I'm curious Lewis's takes on Bob Gurr, because I know
you'll be surprised.
I'm sure I will. I mean, Lewis has made a turn, so it's okay. But Kelly, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm just so fired up.
Oh no, you're fine. But I was just gonna say that I remember when Pirates was changing with the red Pirate Red was changing, and there was a big uproar in the Disney community, of course, and I was on the fence of whether because it's been there forever, and I remember being in the room with D23 Expo, and we went to a panel about pirates, and it was, I believe, the 50th anniversary of the ride, and Marty Sklar was there, and he quoted Walt Disney and said that the parks are never done and everything is ever changing, and if you don't change with the times, then you're left behind. And I bawled because, like, Marty Sklar was like one of Walt's right-hand men, and
you talk about like adding that event in, where we did lose Walt.
Yeah.
And Marty Sklar really had to be the one to step in that moment and hold everyone together.
And the fact that he was
himself, that was one of his best friends.
And he was asked how he felt about Red, and that was what he said. And the fact that he was still quoting Walt 50 years later after the ride opened, because people don't understand what Walt understood is that the world changes and so does the park. The park will never be finished. And so all the new changes, all the new IP that has come, all the new rides, all the refurbishes and the re-themes and everything like that is just where we are in our lives and times. And Walt would have wanted these changes because Walt knew they were coming.
Right.
He was so on the forefront of innovation and technology that he would have seen it coming 10 years ago.
And
I-
like I
you-
said,
that's funny you say that. The way you word that, Kelly, is because Walt. They even said, like, on the Imagineering story, Walt would have his Imagineers just go in the queues with the people and just listen to them and listen to their thoughts
it used to
and
be a
decide.
requirement.
It was, yeah, you had to go in and listen. He would do it all the time. I think the changes, obviously everyone had that opinion at first. Everyone has that first negative opinion at first, but then when it's done, you're like, okay, I understand why it was done. When it comes to pirates, you don't want to be, let's be honest, you don't want to be there bidding on women in a theme park. And that makes
Or women
sense.
chasing men because
Yeah,
they stole things or
right.
something,
And that makes sense. It makes sense to change it. And I think the change was done great. I mean, red is still there, literally prominent, right in the attraction, looking better than ever. I was literally looking through some videos today, and like, yeah, I understand what
Well,
change is
yeah.
good.
So
Change is good, and like even I had to admit that like I was kind of mad about Tower of Terror changing because I love Tower of Terror, but Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout has been one of my favorite rides, and since it opened because the music's good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great ride. It's still the same system. It has better music, and I can always go ride Tower of Terror over at Walt Disney World. But I it's so all the way you look at things, all in your perspective. And Walt's perspective was always that if people are changing, we have to change with them, or we'll get left behind.
100%.
So it has to be what it was. It has to be what it is.
definitely. And we could sit here and talk
We literally could.
history of theme parks all day, but we have other things that we do want to talk about. However, if you want to hear more about theme park history, one of our sponsors and the host of Imagine That With Me, Kevin and Amanda for Where in the Park, have their Where in the Park podcast where they cover lots of interesting pieces of theme park history. So we're going to hear from Where in the Park, and then we'll come back and talk about some historical birthday celebrations.
Hey fam, what scavenger hunt are you doing?
Well, we are doing Where in the Park.
Do you guys know Where in the Park? Because we do.
We do.
So how you play this is that they give you a deck of cards with an image on it, and you get to look around and see where in the park that is.
And they're fun. So if you like to find stuff, this is what you need to do.
The amazing game, Where in the Park, right here.
If you're a seasoned Disney park goers as we are, it's a fun, challenging even for the hardcore Disney parks fan.
We have played the Where in the Park games that we felt like, ooh, we got
still
this
a challenge.
Oh no, yeah, still a challenge, a fun challenge though, not an impossible challenge.
Check
Yeah,
them out.
they get really close to details, and you're like, I have never even seen that. I don't even know.
Where in the park have I seen that?
The great thing about these is that they're not in attractions and they're out in the open places. It's meant for families to play.
Besides people who've been there a lot, it's fun for people that are new to the parks as well, because you catch some of those details that you would probably miss when you're first going.
So there's images that you are finding on one side of the card, and then the other has the hint and the answer that you can reveal if you choose to.
Before it was just the hint and the answer, but now if you really want the land,
It'll tell you
they'll
where.
give you the land for an extra hint. You guys can take as long as you wish without the hint.
Yeah.
Without the hint, it's hard.
But that's what makes it fun.
But they do not just do Disney parks, obviously. What other parks do you guys actually cover?
Universal and all that good stuff.
East Coast, West Coast, and they're continuing to expand even more after that.
Check them out, whereinthepark.com, if you need to get some game packs. They are so much fun.
We appreciate Where in the Park.
They're awesome.
We love
Kevin and
that.
Amanda.
Get you some Where in the Park today.
Hell yeah.
Use promo code Walt's APT Podcast to save 10% at whereinthepark.com.
Definitely check out whereinthepark.com and use code WAP10. But WAP10. Yeah. And I've mentioned this over our last couple recordings and other episodes on different shows in our network. If you are going for the 70th, you are going to be waiting in virtual queues. You're going to be waiting for things. Play Where in the Park while you're there. Don't just be miserable. Go have fun and do something different. If you've never tried it before, you're going to love it. So give it a shot.
That's great.
So if there's something that Disney knows how to do, it's throw a party. Especially because they make it last a year long and they make as much profit out of it as they can.
They really
A
do.
year or more. It's
Yeah,
usually
a
like
year and a
18
half.
months.
Yeah, a year and a half.
A year and a
Yeah.
half. Yeah,
In a year and a half.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some of the more memorable anniversaries for Disneyland. 50th anniversary, which was in 2005. There were gold overlays on the iconic attractions added. They had.
I remember trying to get the gold cars, the little ride vehicles. I remember trying to be like, oh, I'm going to get the gold Autopia car. I'm going to get the gold other car.
That's funny. And then that was also the start of the Where Dreams Come True campaign. Was the 50th. So the 60th Diamond Celebration in 2015. Lots of sparkling decor at the Paint the Night Parade.
Mm-hmm.
And a revamped Disneyland Forever fireworks show. Then they've always done smaller scale ones too, that have special merchandises, mini cavalcades, rare characters. So every anniversary is special.
My favorite part about the 60th my favorite part about the 60th anniversary was the Mad Tea Party over at California Adventure did a diamond Mad Tea Party, and they were all dressed up. Yeah, they did the diamond Mad Tea Party. So I think they had like diamond visuals on their concert stage, and I think they sang. I forgot what they sang, but it was like a special song. But the Mad Tea Party was very popular in 2015, and they did a special diamond celebration for the Mad Tea Party.
Isn't that when they did the diamond? I don't know if it was a diamond or if it was the 65th, but I think the diamond anniversary is when they put all the diamonds on top of the castle and actually messed up the castle, or they had to redo the castle. Because was it Kelly? Was that the 60th or 65th?
I think that was the 60th because they put diamonds because they put diamonds everywhere for the 60th. Everything was a diamond. Yeah.
Well, talking,
you're right.
Little tiny things you talk about, like history-wise, even if you watch Imagineering Story, you've heard all this, but on the castle itself, there's gold flaking on the castle, like on the top of it. It's actual gold. Roy said no. Walt said, I don't care, I want it, and just did it anyway. That's just, could you imagine having a brother like that where he always tells you no and you just go back behind him and do whatever the hell you want?
I mean, he was kind of trying to be frugal, but Walt was like, spare no expense,
They needed each other. They
did. Yeah.
Disneyland would not, and the entire company would not be what it was
without Roy.
Both of them. It needed the balance of both of them because you need somebody who's going to come in and be the rationale. Like Walt was this creative genius. Creativity is too damn expensive sometimes. He needed somebody to come in and be like, listen, let's use some common sense. We can't do this. What can we do instead? And that was something that Walt had an incredible team of Imagineers, which they weren't called Imagineers at that time, but he had incredible creatives around him who he could say, listen, we need to do this and we need to do it for a lot less. How can we make this magical?
I think the company has always thrived when they have the creative and the business separated. Like, not completely separated, because obviously Walt was in charge of the whole company. But, like, if you have somebody who's completely in a creative space and then somebody who's completely in the business space, I think that's what has always made Disney thrive. And right now, like, we have Bob Iger, which he does amazing things, but he is not he doesn't have his creative partner, and neither did Bob Chapek and Michael Eisner and things like that.
And that part is not having that balance in the parks.
Yeah, not having that balance.
We talked about how things have historically been celebrated. We're going to move into what you can do to celebrate the 70th for the next year. Because technically we all love it so much. It's our unbirthday too. Wink, wink. Throw that in there for Lou. So how can you celebrate Disneyland's birthday like a true Disney fan?
Just go.
Hey, no, wait, I have an itinerary. I wrote out an itinerary, Sean.
Yes,
Sorry.
she wrote out a whole itinerary,
Oh,
Sean.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to say whenever you go, start your trip at City Hall. Go get a birthday button because it's Disneyland's birthday. There you go.
Absolutely. Or a celebrate button if you want.
A celebrate button.
Yep.
Exactly. Then walk in Walt's footsteps. Hit the original day rides like Peter Pan's Flight, Jungle Cruise, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Ride the Disneyland Railroad. Think about how Walt himself used to loop around the park to check in on things.
First.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Book a guided tour if it's available. So especially Walt's Main Street Story.
Or the 70th tour right now.
They do have the 70th store with extra details that you don't get in that tour. I forgot about that. You get to go into the apartment. You get to check above the fire station. We love that. Go check it out. For lunch, try a Disneyland classic like Plaza Inn for fried chicken, Carnation Cafe for a Main Street view, and you can go grab an old-fashioned sundae or a churro with birthday sprinkles. There are 70 new foods and snacks added to the menu all across Disneyland proper for you to enjoy the next year. And then obviously you have to end your night with fireworks at Castle View and look up and just remember, like, this is the place where dreams were planted and magic became real. So, oh my gosh, I'm making myself cry.
You haven't even been there.
Oh, I know.
She acts like she's been there.
Listen, because I really am a Walt purist. I'm literally over here crying. I am a Walt purist, and like I know what it took, and I've like read it everything you can read. But yes,
you missed a few things.
There's the year-long Celebrate Happy event. There's new entertainments, so make sure that you check out the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. Paint the Night Parade is back, so go check that out.
Paint the Night's amazing.
Wondrous Journeys.
So good.
Worlds of Color Happiness.
So good.
So good.
That is I've only seen it on video, but god dang.
Oh, it's so good. It's shot so good. But my thing is, and I don't know if we've mentioned it on here, but do not leave in the middle of it. It seems like it's over, but it's not over.
Right. There's a brief pause.
Yes.
And then over at DCA, you can check out the Better Together Pixar Palace celebration.
Oh, so good! The parade is so good. Like I love that they brought it back. It's so good.
And
I love it.
Don't forget about Tapestry of Happiness, which is the projection show.
If you want to cry, like it is a crier.
References Disneyland history. There are, like I said, there are over 70 new culinary creations available throughout Disneyland Resort. Then you can check out the Disney Eats Disneyland 70th Celebration Foodie Guide on the Disney Eats website. They have the 70th Celebration Macaroon, which I know a lot of people have said they like. There's a Matterhorn macaroon. We have talked about a lot of the different foods on past episodes of Extra Magic Hour. So go back and check those out. We've got
a lot of these things are like iconic things with like sprinkles added. Like I think the Matterhorn macaroon is like it's the Matterhorn macaroon with sprinkles or something like that. So a lot of it is just like classic iconic things with a little zhuzh.
They make it a little bit more special for the anniversary. Then there's tons of 70th anniversary merchandise. They have
don't even get me started on what I have.
Kelly could go on for days. We may just need to do like a Walt's Apartment Presents.
Oh God! You all just drop your merch
merch haul.
Let's go.
I mean, we could bring in our little. This isn't from the 70th, but I mean.
And we're not going to go into this too far tonight because we don't have tons of time. We still have a live show to go through after this. But
didn't have to go far to pull it out.
Boom! It's just like right there on our bed. Let's go.
We have done the keys. We've talked about the keys to Disneyland in 2 episodes ago. on Extra Magic Hour. So definitely go listen to that. Kelly's got
Got it all.
here.
Just got it
So,
sitting there.
If you're
It's
not
just
watching
sitting
us
here.
on YouTube, why?
Right.
I know.
Because, hey, we would love the subscribers over there. So if you are listening to us on an audio podcast, please come on over, check us out on YouTube, subscribe there, and you get to see the visuals. Because we do use this show in particular. We use tons of visuals, and we're constantly displaying things on the screen. So come check us out. Promise we're worth it.
Can I add a couple of things to your list, or do you have more?
I was just going to say there are special Magic Band Plus interactions that work in designated areas, and then special photo passes. And I will give some tips, but we can do that after. You go ahead.
Well, you forgot a couple of things.
Go ahead.
The cinema on Main Street is being converted right now over to a tribute to the Sherman Brothers, which will open on the 17th as well. It's a Small World is changing forever on the 17th.
We mentioned that last episode.
Yeah, we did the final verse that the Sherman Brothers wrote.
Verse, yep.
And
then obviously the Walt's a Magical Life
Yep.
show in the Opera House, which is
Walt
has a lot of
animatronic.
which is interesting. A lot of people have things with it and issues with it, but I'm warming up to it, and we'll talk about it more on our live show later on.
Yes.
But so watch everything that we have to offer. So if you're watching this after you watch the live, then you understand why I said that. But there's just so much stuff. You got to take the time to just sit in Town Square and just have some popcorn and
Soak
watch
it in.
it. So it's just the best freaking place in the world. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Courtney and Joey were there last night, and I know that we'll be there this weekend trying to get into Walt's Magical Life with Kevin and Amanda from Where in the Park, and imagine that. So we will be around as well. So if you see us.
Which means listen to the next episode of Extra Magic Hour next week. A week from today, we'll be recording that, or a week from tomorrow, we'll be recording that. And then you guys can hear about Kelly and Courtney and Joey's experience celebrating the 70th and getting to see the Walt
Work got
animatronic.
in the way of being there on Thursday. So we won't be there Thursday because work and life are really lifing right now. But
good because everyone else will be there on Thursday. So
right, yes. I think Amanda and Kim should be there on Thursday, so we'll get the play-by-play from them. But then we'll be back with them on Sunday or Saturday. Yeah.
It's time for This is the Travel Minute, brought to you by Extra Magic Hour and Walt's Apartment Productions.
What the hell is that?
It's the Travel Minute.
It's our segment. All right.
It's our tip, our travel tip. What of it, Sean?
Where the hell did that come from?
He loves it here. He just doesn't want to admit it. All right. So our travel minute is our quick hit tip for our theme park pros. So we're trying to make you theme park pros. I pulled some ideas here for planning a trip to Disneyland around July 17th. So if you're going to be around in the next few days, get there early because birthday celebrations tend to draw in super fans, bloggers, and locals alike. So lots of social media. They draw audiences around them too. So just get there early.
And make sure you have a reservation.
Oh,
if you don't have a reservation, then you're not getting in.
And we talk about that all the time on this show. If you need to know how to book reservations, we've talked about it many times on this show. So mobile order your meals early in the day.
For sure.
Slots fill up fast when there are special snacks. Follow Disney's official social media accounts because they sometimes announce surprise entertainment or rare character meet and greets. And then bring your best themed outfit. You cannot go to a birthday party without being dressed for the occasion. So, I mean, if it was up to me, I would be in like 1950s vintage just because that's the kind of theme park girl I am. Like, I love Disney bounding. I love doing dapper attire in the parks. Or Disney bound is your favorite character. This is the time to show off your birthday style.
Or just wear your 70th merch because there's a ton of it.
If you don't have any yet, if you don't
have any yet, then get some. But, it's all in the shop.
So celebrate smart, stay hydrated, and don't forget, slow down, take it all in. Remember that this is the place where this magical experience that we all call the Disney Company, the Walt Disney Company. This is really like where that dream of theme parks originated. So we love it. It's not just another day at Disneyland. It's the park's birthday. That's great. But it's a little late now. If you want to try to get to Disneyland for a birthday celebration, but you do still have almost a whole nother year to celebrate.
You do. Yeah. You have plenty of time. Don't worry.
Sean, if they wanted to like go, let's say for Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who could they contact?
They can reach out to our travel partner and friends over at Getaway Today that would hook them up and give them, the greatest customer service and the best deals and the best little added features and bonuses to their magic that they offer you. Yeah, like sometimes you just get an extra night. If you stay a couple nights, they'll give you a free one. The hotel I go to down there, they give you free parking and free breakfast if you book through them. They're awesome. And
we
check them out. And we don't even have to play the whole ad. We can just say, check out Getaway Today, 1-855 Getaway, because I know we're on a time crunch tonight. So we're gonna take away that 2 minutes. And while you're waiting, you can definitely go over and order yourself some stuff from Sunken City Designs and get you some merch, some shirts.
Do you like sweaters? Do you like cups?
I mean, I do. I see what you're doing there, Sam, and I'm here to help you out with just saving you some time. So check out.
You are saving me some time.
Yeah. Because I know we want to talk about like some of our memories, and we have just a few minutes left. So
yep, go ahead,
Sean. Let's listen to
Louis. I'm gonna pull something up. So go ahead.
Let's watch Lewis's real quick. Just check out Getaway Today, and then check out Louis here at Sunken City Design.
Sunken City Designs brings you art. Do you like art? I know I do. How about art based on Disney characters like Mickey Mouse and the Oyster Thief? That's actually from Alice in Wonderland, the best princess movie ever made. Also, we have some dwarfs that have their heads ripped off sometimes. Why? I don't know. It's because it's Sunken City Design. So go there, sunkencitydesign.com. Get yourself some great merchandise. You got posters and, I believe, clothes. Who knows? I got a cup from there, and it's fantastic. You like cups? Do you ever use those? I do. Go for it. Oh, yeah, sweatshirts. Can't forget about those. If you're ever cold, get yourself a sweatshirt from sunkencitydesign.com. Also, WALL-E. That's the best movie ever made. Second only to Alice in Wonderland. All right. If you also like Walt's apartment, they have merch for that too. Where? sunkencitydesign.com. Hopefully you've already loaded up that site and you're looking at it and you have some items in your cart. Go ahead and check out as soon as you can because the show's about to come back on. All right, everybody. We appreciate you.
We do.
We do.
We do.
So we are gonna be wrapping up this celebration here shortly. But I thought that it would be a good time to think about the voices of Disneyland. But before we get to that, I want us to get to the memories from the voices of our fans, our podcast team. So, Sean, do you have any of those you want to share?
I have one that was sent to me by a friend. She sent me this really long story. I'm going to read real quick. And then it says, my favorite Disney memory would have to be when I was 10 years old. My dad and I went to the park, just us two, because my brother and sister got sick for the day. So my mom stayed back with them. My dad took me through all the Fantasyland rides. Then he pumped me up to ride one of his favorite rides, which is Big Thunder Mountain. I was so scared, but I didn't want to let my dad down. So I got on the ride with my eyes closed the whole time. As we were climbing up the hill, my dad tells me he's so proud of me for being so brave, and told me that I was his best friend. Oh my God. I then opened my eyes and put my hands up. We got off the ride, made it over in time for Fantasmic. Then rode Big Thunder like 3 more times. It was the perfect end to our Disney day, just the two of us. That was, a friend sent that to me. So that's, And everyone has those memories. And like you talked about, even us having memories. I've had hundreds of memories. I've been there so many times. I've been going since I was a kid. I used to go every Friday when I was in high school. The family stuff with my family, I'll keep to myself because that was very personal for me. It was very fun. But just recently, I had probably my most favorite memory being part of this show. I think I mentioned this on the live, but I'm not sure. A couple of months ago, I was down there for a Getaway Today event, and I went back to the park that night. Was in line to get a popcorn, and I'm wearing the Walt's Apartment T-shirt. And people tapped me on the shoulder, and they said, "Oh, are you a fan?" And I just looked at them and I laughed, and I said, "Yeah, I am. I'm definitely a fan." They said, "We love that show," and I'm like, "Oh, me too." And I'm just like totally just looking at them, and they go, "We love Sam and Lewis. They're the best." And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, Sam and Lewis are pretty cool. There's some of my favorites too." And the wife looks at him and says, "Wait a minute, who are you?" And I look at him, and he goes, "Oh shit, you're Sean." And so that was just kind of like this cool memory, like that brought everything full circle. Like we do this because of the park, and I was wearing the shirt.
I never heard this story.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't hear this story either.
It was literally Kelly. It was at the popcorn stand in the town square right there, right where the apartment is. So like right there where everything is, the flagpole.
Yeah.
And they're like, we love Sam and Lewis. I'm like, yeah, me too. And they felt so bad that, and they bought my popcorn because they felt so bad that
they didn't name you.
They're like, you're
that they didn't recognize you.
They're like, you created that shit. I said, yeah, but it's okay. I said, Sam and Lewis are cool too. Sam and
Lewis are the Leos. It
just brings it all full circle. And I mean,
it's all good.
I was there after that same week, and I sat in there for like an hour in town square with popcorn, just watching everything. So it's those moments that are more important to me than a lot of things. But I could talk all day about my memories. But Kelly, do you have
a favorite Disneyland memory?
I do. I think my favorite Disneyland memory right now is we got to go for the reopening after COVID of Disneyland, and we were able to go in and see all the cast members lined up on the street. And after it being closed for so long and not knowing, and being in a place of just not knowing when we'd come back, if we could come back, it was just the best day.
That actually was the best time, I think. Everyone just, Main Street's pretty damn long, and they had cast members up both sides with their big Mickey.
It was so cool. And we were there with our friends, and I don't even think we really rode much. It was just kind of a chill, like just take it all in day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to do that sometime.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How about you, Sam? What's your favorite Disneyland memory?
I will let you know when I get to squeeze all of you in the parks and do that, because y'all know I love hugs. But
oh boy,
to wrap up today's celebration, we're going to look at a few of the lyrics that capture the spirit of the magical place that we call Disneyland. So I'm going to play one of them, but the other one I just thought I would share a line from. So JC Brown from Comic-Con. He asked me a couple of weeks ago, he said, "What is your favorite thing in your background behind you?" And when
he doesn't know you then, does he?
No, that you actually don't know this, I don't think.
Oh.
So when I was a kid, I used to collect musical globes, and they were Disney musical globes, and they're still at my mom's house. But this one was my favorite one, and it plays When You Wish Upon a Star. My dad got it for me.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so that's what got my collection started. So thinking about Walt's dream, the lyrics from When You Wish Upon a Star that stood out to me for his dream were, "When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you." And this next song we're going to play because we can just have a little sing along and then we'll go out after that. But tomorrow, so there's there's a great big beautiful tomorrow written for the 1964 World's Fair.
Oh, come on, Sam.
Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart. And that's exactly what Walt did to give us Disneyland. So whether it's your first trip or your 100th, Disneyland reminds us that the power of dreams, imagination, and shared memories exists in our own realities. That's what makes every birthday feel like coming home. So we're going to sing that. We're going to do a little sing along here. I'll put the lyrics up so everyone at home can sing with us too if they're watching on YouTube. So
This reminds me of Jamie Lee Curtis.
it reminds Disney movie.
There's a great
big beautiful tomorrow.
Oh,
shining at the end
of every day.
There's a
great
big beautiful tomorrow. Tomorrow's just a day away.
Man
has a dream,
that's
stars
keep falling, dreams in my heart. When it becomes a reality, there's a great
dream come true for you and me. There's a great beautiful tomorrow. Shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow. Just a dream away.
Okay, we're going to stop there because we still got more show to get through. But we wanted to just vibe out a little bit and hopefully not get slapped for copyright on that one.
I don't. No, we'll get slapped on the live. Don't
But it's
worry.
worth it.
I got stuff to play on there. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to get ready to close out here.
Let's close it out, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here with us, Sean. So Walt Disney once said, Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there's imagination left in this world. Today, as we celebrate the birthday of this iconic park, we are reminded that imagination still fuels every ride, every memory, and every child and adult who walks through those gates. Happy birthday, Disneyland. Thanks for the memories, the magic, and the many more to come. We're extra magic hour, and we'll see you real soon.